Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel here today. Hopefully guys day is going all well. In today's video, it is the official second episode of the Bot Talk. And today's video, we have a very special guest. We have DropsSupreme. All the links will be down below. I'm going to jump straight into this episode because it is pretty interesting. If you guys are enjoying the series, please drop a like, subscribe and comment any suggestions for the series. I'm going to catch you guys in the video. Let's do this. So guys, for episode 2 we have DropsSupreme here, who is a news outlet based around Supreme releases with a collective of 130,000 followers across Instagram and Twitter. And jumping straight into this, the first ever question. This is coming from me personally and I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know this. How did you discover Supreme and when was that?
It was back in 2015, I think so. How do I say, a teammate, in classroom showed me the lookbook for the spring-summer season, I didn't know much about clothing at that time, so I just discovered that during class, so I get interested into the brand during the whole year, and then I got into it more and more, and now that's where I am.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting. I mean, personally, I got told by a friend about Supreme, and I feel like a lot of people do, because I feel like Supreme isn't one of those main brands that people know about. It's not like a brand like Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana. So obviously, I think referring from friends is definitely one of the most common ways people get into Supreme. But going into the next question, how did you go from being a consumer of Supreme products, so obviously going through the releases every Thursday at 11, to providing information on a large scale?
To be honest, I've been more like providing information first, and then I've been a consumer. I didn't buy much Supreme at that time, so it was more about getting hyped and just see what's going on and talk about it. And I started relating news and pictures about Supreme because I found at that time that sources of information weren't quite good, and they were just throwing the pictures there, saying it's dropping this week without much more stuff. So I started to just write the prices on the pictures. It was pretty shit, but people needed those informations.
Okay,
so I was like, I'm trying to improve the way people are getting clues about stuff.
I see. That's interesting because I assumed that you'd gone for Supreme items before and then slowly, as your knowledge grew, start providing information. But you actually started providing the information first. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think many people would have expected that, but I guess if it's something you're interested in, it's definitely something that has benefited everyone in the community. That's definitely true. But one thing that obviously within that sector is that obviously methods of finding information within Supreme drops have obviously changed over the years. So what was the first method of finding information and how has that changed up until now?
It doesn't have really changed since I'm not really connected to any people inside Supreme, Basically the informations and the leaks and the rumors are going all around. Some people are sharing it first, so I'm taking the information, making some mock-ups or just relating what's already online. I don't have much information. I never had much early leaks or stuff, just people sending me this or just I see someone who have posted about it and I'm relating, I'm sharing.
I see. Okay, so you don't have any connections within Supreme, or you don't? Okay, that's.
I used to have few people at Supreme sending me pics once or twice, and that's not that much more.
I see. Okay, I think most people assume that big news outlets have connections, but obviously, if people are sharing on social media, then it's pretty easy to pick up and make mock-ups and obviously release information. So that's interesting. But
or even a keyword is enough to build up something.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, that is pretty interesting. I think the preconceptions that people have obviously turning out wrong. But it's interesting to see how you've taken a different route and obviously you're posting information on a more professional level and obviously that's getting you popularity over the years. However, one thing within the sector what you're doing is, why did you want to provide information publicly about Supreme?
It was to help people, to answer their questions and to spread the news,
Okay, that's
I
good.
didn't want to, even if there was already a big community around Supreme, I felt at that time like people didn't have enough information, while I felt like they were stuck, and they needed more. So I felt to be doing this.
I see. Well, that's good of you, because there's not a lot of people in the community that actually go ahead and do things of a non-profit news outlet. Obviously, some people do it by cook groups, by paying monthly memberships.
Yeah,
obviously.
nowadays there are many cook groups and stuff, but at the time there was nothing. There was just Twitter and Reddit, and there was no incomes from that or anything. It was just for pure pleasure, and passion.
That is very, very good of you. I mean, hearing those type of stories kind of motivates other people to go on ahead of the direction of providing free information. I mean, if you're literally providing free information week in, week out, with good graphics, good retails, good estimates for retails, so obviously that's one thing that people should learn from. But linking into the next question, which is actually pretty interesting, during your time providing information in the Supreme community, have you received any backlash for giving that information?
Obviously, it happened a few times. I had information people already had. Like Jay.
Yeah.
I'm too old for you, or other groups like Honest and stuff. I got like people sending me those news, and I posted it before they do, so they got angry, mad at me, and I got some backlash here, but it's all sorted out nowadays, so it's good for now.
Well, that's good to hear. I feel like everyone who provides Supreme information is obviously, they have a lot of power over the community. They provide information for everyone. Everyone relies on them. So I feel like if they're all working together and all supporting each other, that's a lot more better for everyone in the community rather than going against each other. So
yeah, it's better to team up.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Obviously, if you have loads of strong outlets and they all group together into one big outlet, then I feel like that will benefit a lot more people. So that's good to hear. Well, going on to obviously the positives and negatives of providing information, what are some of the positives of providing information regarding Supreme?
Maybe to meet people. I've known people for quite a long time now, which are my great friend now. You can, when you have such big account as I have, you can maybe sometimes make some money easier than struggling to resell and stuff. But you can't do a job of it, but you can do some pretty great thing, have some nice time, and also I think you can develop some skills such as edits and writing, and so since I'm French, writing English every day and being in contact with English people, American people every day is practicing my English, so it's quite good.
Yeah, I feel like that's another good thing. I feel like a lot of people in this community meet a lot of good friends, and personally I have loads of people in the community that I've known for a year plus, that I'm closer with than some people in real life. So obviously that just shows the chemistry between people in the community. So that's really, really good thing to hear. But moving on to a more of a controversial topic, if you'd say, obviously when going for Supreme, it's commonly known that people use bots to maximize the success. Personally, do you use bots for your releases, or do you go manually?
I used to try manually, but for items I usually like, they are not hyped that much, such as first week crown jacket, which is still sitting, if I can say so. It's quite good for this nice item, which are for personal, but for box loggers and hyped stuff such as the Banner T this week and crazy stuff like that. Obviously, yeah, I use bot, and I started use this one since spring summer this year, and was pretty efficient. I'm not paid from the bot to say this, but to be honest, I've got more than I've did manually with bot. I used to try cyber. I used to try some other bots which are not live anymore.
Yeah.
But so far the Feather EO is to me the greatest bot for Supreme. No comparison.
Which bot was that? Sorry.
Feather F3.
Oh, F3. Yeah. I mean, F3 has had a lot of success.
Yeah.
I personally use it. The resale has boomed. It has gone from $100 to like $800, $900. I know the people over F3, so obviously it's really. I was assuming that you're using that bot. I wanted to ask that because a lot of people are using that. So it's kind of reassuring that obviously one of the top main information sources are using one of those bots, and I'm very excited for the future of the bot. Obviously, I don't work for them. I don't get paid for them, but coming from a consumer standpoint, that bot is in a very, very good position. So owning that bot is definitely something I'd highly suggest people that are running for Supreme, EU or US.
Yeah, nowadays you can get your stuff without a bot, to me.
I mean, obviously, there's that saying that if you can't beat them, then you join them. I think it's one of those situations with Supreme where if you want to consistently cop items that have a lot of hype, then obviously going to the bot side is definitely recommended. So guys, that concludes the main section of today's episode. We are moving on to the Twitter questions. This is where you guys go ahead and reply to their profile with questions to ask on the show. So coming from Further 45, it says, what was your first Supreme jacket? And I'm assuming he's just talking about the first jacket that you kept for personal. So what was your first Supreme jacket?
I had multiple jacket add-ons, so I can't really tell which one was the first that I've bought. Let me think. It might be the Noops orange with DNF, but the real first item I ever get from Supreme was from resale. It was a S logo crewneck, and for pretty cheap at that time it was like $80. That's fine.
Yeah, the S logo crewneck is pretty nice. I mean, I did sleep on them, but I've seen the prices rise over the seasons, so I'm hoping we see more of it this season. I think we might as well, because the design is obviously pretty sleek, pretty simple. But going on to the next question, which is from me personally, how much is your Supreme collection worth?
I can count, to be honest, of multi-logos and some nice collabs and some stuff for the personal, but a lot of TNF jackets. So I don't know. Few grains, easily 10 grains.
Yeah, somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty impressive to say it's Supreme. I mean, obviously everyone collects Supreme, but if you're that dedicated to Supreme, obviously having a big collection like that is bound to happen. But coming from S_.254, he said, what were some of the best items that you went for on week?
I think the skates are doing great. Every time you need to stack, to stock and to hold. The banner tee, obviously. Smoke tee. I didn't know a lot about Mary J, so I expected not to be that much hyped, but it was pretty fine at the end. The Timex, obviously, the shoulder logo, the floral jersey, and basically all the accessories which dropped.
Yeah, the accessories are pretty nice.
But to be honest, you have to hold to make sure it will increase.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a lot of items that dropped this week, so I feel like a lot of people's interest was split. So, because personally, there was loads of tees that you could have gone for. The Supreme's Love jacket was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good, but pretty expensive for work denim.
Yeah, it was £196 retail, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
it was
moving on to the final question by Ronan_Mayberry. He said, how old are you?
20.
You're 20. Oh, I did not expect
What about you?
Well, I'm 16.
Okay. You think
I
I
mean,
was how many?
Yeah. I think it just goes to show that obviously the interest of Supreme ranges from young ages to old ages, and it's more of an adaptive community that anyone can get in at any age, to be honest. Well, guys, that concludes today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like. If you guys want to go check out DropsSupreme, all his links will be down below. I heavily suggest if you guys are getting into Supreme or you guys are into Supreme and you don't know about him, go check him out, go follow him, go like all his stuff. He gives weekly news for Supreme drops to keep you guys updated with the latest season. That's been it from me, guys. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace out.